10 years ago, all it took was one man and one car to get the job done. Now, the Foundation for Law and Government has assembled 5 highly skilled operatives and paired them with the most advanced state-of-the-art vehicles to take on a new breed of outlaw. They are Team Knight Rider.
Brosnan is the best James Bond ever, absolutely.
You're way off the mark.
What are you talking about?
This guy made one movie and you think he's the best Bond ever.
Totally. Look, the series was like burnt toast. Brosnan was the fresh slice.
That's ridiculous. Connery owned the role.
Oh, come on. By the end of Connery's run, he had no hair. Not that James Bond can't be bald. It's just, you know, Blofeld was bald. I mean, it could get confusing.
Hello and welcome to Beyond the Night, brought to you by the GCRN. I am your host, TFG and Mike. Joining me is Dion the Music Man. Hello.
Hey.
Today we're going to be going Beyond the Night and reviewing 3 more episodes of Team Knight Rider. Oh boy. Alright, well, I did find out something interesting since last episode. Nick Weschler, or however the guy that plays Trek.
Yes.
First of all, Trek's full name is Kevin Trek, whatever the hell is. So apparently in his bio for Team Knight Rider, the character of Trek was actually conceived at a Star Trek convention. That's why his nickname is
Trek.
That's
okay.
so corny. But the guy that plays him, Nick Weschler, I believe I'm saying that name, but I could be wrong.
You are.
I've seen him now. I've seen him now. I know he was on Roswell, but I never watched that alien crap. He's on a show on ABC now called Revenge. He plays Jack Porter, and I did not.
He's good, actually, in that show.
Yeah, no, he is. No, he's a very good actor. I don't know.
I didn't. When I listened to his voice, I'm like, I know I've heard that voice somewhere.
Yeah.
Just and then I go back and I look at Team Knight Rider. I'm like, holy crap!
Yeah. See, I haven't until we got to the podcast. It's been. I think I watched maybe one episode of Team Knight Rider when I bought the season on iTunes a number of years ago.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched any of it since because it gets bad. But I've been watching Revenge for the last. It's currently on season 3, and I've been watching for the first 2 seasons, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's Jack Porter, okay. And then I go back and look at this, and I'm like, oh, hey, what the hell? So. All right, well, we are going to get into it. We've got 3 more episodes coming up today, and the first one is probably the best episode of the entire series. We'll be back after this.
It's okay. We're friends.
Yeah, well, some nut in a funky sports car just tried to kill us. Thought we were goners.
Probably NRA haters. They fried my rifle.
Look at his hands. That's the same one.
What is it?
That emblem. That was the same one that was on the sports car.
Up first is Crow. Yeah.
Car Reborn. I'm just saying.
Oh, no. Yeah. Car Reborn, oh, no. The team must intercept an evil predecessor from the exacting revenge on its creator, who aborted the project after the car and its driver went out of control. Basically, it's a 90s version of Car and Garth.
Yes.
Except because the whole point of Team Knight Rider is you bond with your vehicle, it's supposed to be this one team type of thing. It's kind of sad when you really think about it, because they really want the people to have sex with the cars and become one. That's a little gross, disgusting, and too many fluids floating around there. But with Crow, I thought it was a nice updating of the car idea, and they do make a lot of references to the old Foundation, Michael, Kit, the old car, Devin. And the episode is actually dedicated to the memory of Edward Mulhare,
Yes,
so
is.
I really did like that.
Yeah. Because
like
Edward had passed away that year.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, this is easily the best episode of the entire series. It really is. It's got everything. It's got car chases. It's got, it's not Peter Cullen and it's not Paul Frees, but
it's
the Crow
damn
voice,
close.
It's pretty cool.
It's damn close, and I've got to give them credit for that.
Yeah, it's pretty damn cool, the Crow voice.
I have your man. Give me.
What did you think of the plot overall?
The plot was very good, very well thought out. This could be considered, like you said, it's an updated version of Carr in the 90s, just Crow now as he's known. And it actually would have been interesting to see another Crow episode. I know they only dealt with him once.
Yeah.
But it would have been interesting to see. It actually would have been interesting to see David and Kit. And the only reason why I bring that up is because, maybe he could have helped out, strategize some type of plan or something to destroy Crow. Like, because Carr blew up, obviously, in the earlier series. But, maybe there could have been some type of laser, not the same laser that Carr used, but a different laser that...
But there couldn't be, because Crow had weapons on... He had rear weapons, and he knew all of the vehicle's weaknesses. They were going to use lasers on him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You had to get into his blind spots to be able to even do anything.
Right.
So lasers wouldn't have worked. Like I said, overall the plot
was good though.
Yeah, the plot was very good. It was ABC, a lot of action.
Did you notice though? I was gonna say, did you notice though that this plot was not a villain of the week, and it to me it wasn't anyway, and to me it did not make you go, okay, I want to watch the next episode.
Well, yeah, because the next episode and the subsequent episodes up until later. So.
But I'm saying, you see what I'm saying now. It's not boring. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't put you to sleep. It's like, oh, what happens next? I got to stick around for this. Because you want to see what happens.
Yeah. No, I agree.
The voice of Crow. He could be classified as Peter Cullen.
No.
Even though, no, he's not. No, hear me out. He's not Peter Cullen. You know this, and I know this. He could be classified as Peter Cullen in the sense that he's got a deep voice. He has a deep voice, and you could compare that voice of Crow to, say, Peter or Paul. Paul Frees, when they brought Carr back, or Peter, in the 2008 series, because Peter spoke with a deeper voice. Well, Crow spoke with that same amount of a tone quality.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that he is Peter Cullen. No. You cannot replace Peter Cullen. There's no way you can do that. There's absolutely no way you can do that. But the guy who did that voice was excellent. Very, very, very well done. Just straight up, if this episode rather, if you want action out of this, you're going to get just that. You will not be disappointed.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. So
what are you looking up? Were you looking something up?
No. Oh. I'm gonna get to the scanners after this.
Crow is short for Knight Reformulation 1. A Series 1 Knight Foundation vehicle created to replace Kit and Michael Knight and usher in a new era. We we put everything the Foundation and the late Devon Miles learned from our 5 years with Kit into the shell of a Ferrari. Then I came in to make further upgrades along with developing the AI computer, not unlike the ones used in your vehicles. Unfortunately, it wasn't entirely successful.
It killed 5 people before you shut it down. You guys should have demolished it years ago.
The government spent millions on the project. They couldn't just scrap it.
Alright, turning the scanners on. Crow is voiced by John B. Wells, who is a talk show radio host.
I had no idea.
Yep.
Wow.
Let's see. He was Jam Creative Productions and TM Studios jingle producer. He was announcer for the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. With Craig Kilborn, the original host. So acting for films such as Houston, The Legend of Texas, Talk Radio. He was in JFK. He's one of the, I guess, he was on Deadliest Catch, I guess, as a announcer. So that's
He's pretty much got a career.
Oh yeah, pretty much, yeah. All right, so Scanner's on for me. I still love the antagonistic nature of Duke and Beast. I mean, Duke and Beast are essentially Michael and Kit.
Yeah, they are.
Except Beast is more manly. Beast doesn't listen to classical music, as we found out last time in episode 35. Ferraris make badass evil cars. The car chase with Crow versus the team is intense. Beast ain't gonna make it out of that blast. Crow, the shot. Crow driving through the desert. That was awesome. When he's looking, it's very, all but very brief, but when he's searching for his driver.
Yeah.
They do show a shot of him in the desert.
Okay.
I like the story. It's very interesting. It combines other Knight Rider elements. And as I said before, it's dedicated to Edward Mulhare. That's awesome. What about you? What'd you like about this one?
I like the entire thing. I mean, there's really there's no bad highlights of the show at all, of this episode. The car chases between the team and Crow were pretty good. I know you're right. Duke and Beast are updated versions of Kit and Michael. They're very good, and the fact that Beast doesn't like classical music of any kind. I think Beast is a player though.
No, he's stalking Jenny. There's a difference.
Are you comfortable, Jenny?
For Scanners Off, the only thing this is me really nitpicking it, but the only bad thing I can say about the episode is during the junkyard scene, none of the old cars that Crow fires at, none of the old stat cars actually exploded when they were fired upon.
No.
It's like they took a shot out of Power Rangers book where the buildings never explode when the monsters destroy them. That's pretty much the only thing. I really like this episode. And like you said, I wish they would have done more with the character of Crow.
I do too, because that would have actually been awesome. And, for this, I do wonder who played the British guy. 'Cause he's not Devin, no, but he almost sounds like Edward, just within a lower range.
Yeah. I know I say I wish they would have done more with Crow, but they destroyed the car in one episode.
Right.
And the driver didn't want to, be without the car. And I almost think that, and I know, TV shows about villains don't work. Well, just ask the people who made Breaking Bad, because apparently that's fairly popular. But I honestly think the guy that played, what's that guy's name? The driver, what's his name?
Martin,
yeah. The guy that played him and Crow, I would actually want to watch them in their own series as villains. That would be cool. But yeah, overall, episode was really damn good. So we are going to move on to the next one.
They're not slowing down, Kyle. Perhaps a well-placed laser through one of their tires?
I'd rather nobody get hurt. Don't forget who's in there. Jenny, you remember this part of town?
Got it. See you in a few.
Kyle, might I draw your attention?
I see it, Dante.
This could have been avoided.
Alright, up next is Inside Traitor. Erica infiltrates a gang of financial saboteurs, but her behavior leads Kyle to think she may have worked her last day for the team. I get it. It's your standard person goes undercover episode of the week is really what this is.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, as I'm watching this show, I'm really getting to care about the cars and the characters, but the plots are some of them are just so bad. I mean, we had that one, the Magnificent TKR
from last week,
Southwest, yeah. And now this, where they want to show off, Erica's a bad girl. Oh, Erica's a liability. Oh, we told you, Kyle, not to put her on your team. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, God, give me a break. Oh, crap. What did you think of the overall?
I didn't really like this particular episode at all. I did not. I mean, I watched it, but it's like, okay, this is not one of my ones that I would mark in the top 5 at all.
Oh, no.
I just would not.
When we get to the recap for this series, there may only be one episode that gets into
maybe 2
into the favorites list.
Maybe 2.
I
said maybe.
Maybe. We'll have to see.
But no, I did not like this episode at all. It, like you said, it reminded it's not exactly the Magnificent TKR, but bad plot.
I mean, and this was like the time. I mean, if you look at the times, the early, the mid to late 90s, this was kind of the time where a lot of those in real life people that run Ponzi schemes or people that want to go bad went bad. Because I mean, I watch a lot of American Greed and I see all these things on TV and stuff, and it's like, yeah, this could be this entire episode could be an episode of American Greed. So, all right, let's get to the scanners.
Do as instructed. Everything is set. Everything is planned. Now out of here. For the college fund. Thank you. I took the liberty of ordering something.
I'm not really hungry.
You'll want to try this. And if you don't like it, we'll send it back.
The service here is excellent.
For the scanners, I only have scanners off. Kind of boring episode. Wow, this romance is boring. So fake. Overall, the plot is boring. And seriously, how in the hell do cars explode like that? Like, she's driving that truck, okay? And
Erica, you're talking about?
Yeah. Erica's driving the tanker at the end of the show. Or not the tanker, the box truck at the end of the show. And she's driving over all of these cars, and I get it. It's rigged to explode. It's television. I get it. It's meant to show you what this could possibly do. I find that very unbelievable how those cars exploded, and yet you fire something in a junkyard at old cars and none of them move after you fire a missile at them.
Or nothing explodes.
Yeah. Well, now, the cars...
Well, because weren't they supposed to if that missile impacted?
Yeah.
That was the whole point, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. God. I don't know. What
bad plot. I just bad plot, totally. I wrote down bad plot. The plot needed to be thought out a lot more. Yeah, better. That's basically all I had. Because there were no good notes. There were no, for scanners on.
Yeah.
There were absolutely none.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the final episode of the day. Wow, short podcast this week. Can you tell, folks, that it's getting bad? Real bad.
Hey, Keith. You know, if the president decides to take a ride on Choctaw, it's going to become Air Force One.
Well, doesn't he already have that other plane?
Air Force One is a code name, not a mechanical entity.
Yeah, right. I'm going to ask him when he gets here.
Okay, fine. Be a moron. Whatever the Prez rides on, that's Air Force One. It's some sort of Secret Service adage.
So if he's on a bike, that's Air Force One?
A bike?
Yeah.
He's got to be airborne.
Well, say the bike falls over a cliff.
Yes, all right. Technically, that's Air Force One. For a moment.
Okay. What if he's sitting on the John and he's holding both his feet up?
No one said anyone's going up today. Wow.
The military is cloning women pilots.
God bless America. Hi there. I'm Ray. That's Keith. And you ladies have security clearance? ID?
Here's my clearance and my ID.
Finally, up today in this episode of Beyond the Night, we have GoldenEye, starring Choctaw L9. The trail of a stolen helicopter, a mishap forces the suspension of Kyle, but a voice guides him to find the aircraft. Dun dun dun. I swear, as soon as I saw that helicopter and as soon as I saw those female pilots, it's exactly like events of what happened in the James Bond film GoldenEye starring Pierce Brosnan. It's the exact same type of look helicopter, exact same concept. Yeah. GoldenEye came out 2 years before this, and I was like, no, God, no. But I do have some good points about it when we get there. But what did you think of the overall plot?
I watched it, but it was like hard to watch.
I mean,
I'll admit, it was hard to watch.
Yeah. I mean, it's really standard. You've got this FBI section chief who has been running weapons for the last X number of years, and then he finds this by-the-book jackass to basically take over Team Knight Rider because Kyle got in trouble for blowing up a truck that wasn't really, the driver didn't really die, etc., etc. It's just... We've seen this plot so many times over and over and over again. So we are going to get to the scanners in a moment.
So since the Choctaw's stealth capabilities are second to none, the Air Force couldn't track it.
It was stolen in broad daylight. Why didn't someone just use a pair of binoculars?
I guess they weren't thinking fast enough.
Oh, I forgot. We are talking about the military.
That doesn't bother me. I wasn't in the Air Force.
The two women who stole it knew they wouldn't get far on what was left in the gas tank. It's got to be stashed somewhere.
Not for long. All those cool guns and invisible, just like Wonder Woman's plane. A toy like that's going to be very popular in the schoolyard.
Well, whoever's selling, whoever's buying, it's got to be transported. Probably by land.
And that's not something you toss in the back of your pickup.
Alright, for the scanners for Choctaw L9, I do really love Erica's personality. Like I said earlier in the Crow review, all of these characters have very unique and different personalities, and as a team, I believe them. Believe them to be a team, unlike the new ABC Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. But anyway, that's a discussion for another day. Midget in the $20 shirt.
Oh, wow! I did see that. You're right, though.
Yeah, and I do love how the car is cover for Dante. I thought that was really cool. And the government guy, until he actually grows a pair, he reminds me of all the moron government people that are in the Transformers live-action films, because they're just as by the book, just as gullible, just as dumb as he was. And that's funny, because I wrote that down as a Skinner's On moment. What about you? What did you like about this one?
There's just... I don't know. Like I said, I could watch this, but it was like, okay, where do you begin?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's not so much that I have anything for, Scanners on or off, but it's just, where do you begin? What good thing can you take out of this that you don't have to dissect?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true. And most of the Scanners Off notes that I wrote is, the military app that has the female pilot stealing the copter. Why do I feel like this is a slight copycat and poorer version of GoldenEye? Now, see, that's why you do not try to fire lasers through smoke when the truck exploded originally.
Yeah.
And Kyle thought he killed the guy. And seriously, this is something we got to talk about. Why the hell don't these newfangled cars and motorcycles have micro jammers? Hello? When they were trying to, let's shoot down the helicopter. Beast can aim at his rotor right from here, and we can knock him down.
You said it yourself. You said it yourself when I asked some question about bringing back the scanner from the original kit. I think you said it yourself when you had said because they wanted to distance themselves from the original show.
But
because the micro jam was in season 3 and 4, right?
Right, but the thing is, why don't these vehicles, instead of having, photon laser beams that they fire at every friggin' thing, why don't they have a micro jammer or some updated version of the micro jammer to bring something down without hurting the occupants, or the fact that Kyle was hanging off the thing? It's like, Kyle's hanging off of it, we can't shoot it down. Well, if you can't shoot it down, then find another way to bring the damn thing down that doesn't let it explode. New technology.
I agree. No, I agree with you. I was just, it's kind of like, why have that? Like you said, they updated micro jammers, updated something because, it seems like they're still sticking with the deal of preservation of human life, because they're obviously programmed not to hurt their drivers.
Right.
Because that's the way it is. And they kept with that, so I got to give them that at least as a positive note. But I do agree they needed some update of a microwave jammer or something to that effect, because you're shooting lasers. You have these lasers and it's like, okay, we can't hurt them, so what do we do?
Yep. See? Alright, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with ratings and final thoughts after this.
Hey everyone, this is the Music Man 08, one of the co-hosts of Beyond the Night with TFG1 Mike. Would you like to hear variety? Would you like to hear it out of the clear blue sky? If you've said yes to both these questions, then head on over to www.sky106.net, and why don't you check out the schedule to find out when your favorite DJs are on. You may also fill out an application, follow us on Twitter, send us feedback, and tune in with your media player of choice. You may also add us to Skype. That website again is www.sky106.net, where everything is out of the clear blue sky.
Look, I'm not here for a team-up.
We didn't ask for one either. We just got some information I think you should hear.
Well, don't worry. We have plenty of our own leads.
Kyle, this is a federal mandate. of our jurisdiction.
You should listen to her, Stuart. She understands an order. Why don't you all go back to waxing your cars?
Did the Joint Chiefs also order you and the House of Style to barge in here and act like an idiot?
Listen, doofus. I've been on this case for 7 months.
I'm sorry, what did you call it?
Warning! Warning!
Duke, stand down.
Stand down? What the hell is that?
Can't even control your own team, eh, Stuart? What the hell did he pay you to do anyway?
Apparently to take orders from a midget in a $20 shirt.
Alright, so we are back, and it is time to rate these 3 episodes. For Crow, it's easily 5 kid cars out of 5 for me. What about you?
Yep, I have to give this one a 5.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of a dedication to Carr and Garth.
Yeah.
Just updated, just updated in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And after Edward Mulhare's death, they dedicate that to him. I mean, not in memory. I don't give the episode a 5 because of the dedication. I give it a 5 because it was a good episode.
Yeah.
But I also do like that they remembered Edward because he was part of the Knight Rider family.
Yeah, exactly. All right. What about Inside Traitor?
I have to give it a 1.
Same here. It was really, really boring. What about Choctaw L9?
That one was difficult. I have to give it a 2.5.
I'll give it a 2, simply for the little pithy comebacks that Kyle had. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this episode of Team Knight Rider. Are we done yet, people? Please.
No.
Please, tell us we're done.
We're not done yet.
Oh my god. Thank you for joining us here on Beyond the Night. There are several ways to get in contact with us to leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com. Email us feedback@geekcastradio.com. Follow us on Twitter. The show name there is @BeyondTheNight. You can follow @GeekCastRadio for all the other network updates. I am TFG Mike on Twitter. What is your Twitter?
I am the Music Man 08 on Twitter.
Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/GeekCastradio Network. Call the voicemail line. Tell us to show you the message for and your name. 502-526-5821. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Beyond the Night and wish you'll join us next time when we'll be reviewing 3 more episodes from Team Knight Rider, those being Everything to Fear, this entire fucking show, Sky One,
yeah,
and the Iron Maiden. Oh, I didn't know Iron Maiden was in Knight Rider.
Neither did I. They must
They
must be really hard up for work.
Yeah. That's a hard rock to swallow. For now, I am TFG and Mike with
the Music Man 08 Dion.
Kit, close the show.
Thank goodness Wilton Knight isn't here to see this sacrilege.